At the dawn of the new millennium, if you'd have mentioned mobile phones and gaming in the same sentence, it would immediately conjure up images of ravenous monochrome snakes or dusty solitaire card games played out to equally bland two-tone soundtracks. But in a very short space of time, mobile phones evolved from monochrome graphics and chiptunes to glorious Full HD Technicolor and flowing orchestral scores. However, the stigma of those early gaming efforts served to marginalise the medium. Gamers still saw mobile gaming as a throwaway commodity, not capable of fully immersive gaming experiences. Until now, perhaps. The convergence of ever more powerful mobile phones and tablets, a largely untapped and ignored consumer base, and the rise of the indie developer has seen a marketplace flooded with immersive, beautiful games that wouldn't look out of place on a PC or a console. The question is, what's its impact and where will it all end?
We've all heard it in one form or another. The rise of mobile gaming is killing consoles. Sometime soon, games as we know them will cease to exist, and all there'll be is Angry Birds, or worse, Flappy Birds. But is this actually true? Is the success of mobile gaming hurting the console industry? And is it a threat to the sorts of games we know and love? Well, let's start with some facts. A 2013 IDC report concluded that consumer spending on games for iOS and Android had risen to over 4 times the amount spent on games for gaming-optimized handhelds, including the Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation Vita. More impressive, game sales accounted for 70% of all app revenue on either the iOS App Store or Google Play. With figures like these, it's hard to deny that the way we play video games is changing. In fact, forget changing, it's already changed. In 2014, we saw the first day and date launch of a blockbuster game for both home consoles and tablets, Activision's Skylanders Trap Team, which cost the same as its console counterpart and even included its own controller. Selling over 500,000 copies worldwide, it's been the third best-selling version on the market, miles ahead of the PlayStation 4, Xbox One and 3DS, and pretty close to all of their sales combined. Reviews at launch hailed the tablet edition as the best format of the game, although user experiences have since reported numerous crashing and update problems, instabilities you don't find as much on dedicated devices. Maybe that's why console gaming hasn't actually suffered, despite the mobile boom. The launch of the 8th generation of hardware in 2013 was a big success for Microsoft and Sony, with the PlayStation 4 claiming the crown of fastest-selling home console of all time. Sales of physical media are plummeting, but actual revenue is stable thanks to emerging digital platforms, including not only the iOS App Store, but also the PlayStation Store and Steam. In the US alone, consumer spend on gaming has more than doubled since 2005. Or to look at it another way, the rise of mobile gaming has only really added to the market. It's not damaged what was already there. If anything, mobile gaming has helped to diversify the audience for games and solidify the pastime as part of the mainstream. Today's average gamer is nothing like the old stereotype. The average gamer is 31 years old and has been playing games for 14 years. Adult women now make up more of the gaming audience than teenage boys. In fact, it's more than double. It's easy to dismiss these statistics, and it's true. The majority of female gamers are playing mobile puzzle games and social games, not the home console blockbusters. But is that really a surprise? The biggest sellers in that market are all heavily male-focused. Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed, games all about men killing men, and either featuring no women at all or featuring them in sexualized, often downright misogynist ways.
You know, I try to avoid doing this in my Sunday best.
I think girls have always played and women have always played games. It's not just mobile that's opened that up. I think what has really changed actually is the way that companies, developers and publishers spend money on advertising. So for example, you would rarely see a game, a mobile game, being advertised in mainstream telly hours, you know, after X Factor or something like that. And now you're beginning to see that.
The audience for gaming has grown so fast, not just because of technology, but the kinds of experiences offered on that technology. The shift is very similar to the advent of television. In the 40s and 50s, the film industry feared TV would kill the cinema, but it didn't. It just diversified the audience and the content of moving pictures. So yes, mobile gaming is huge and it's innovating all the time. But can it kill console gaming? Well, no. Console gaming is doing just fine. The audience isn't shifting from one format to the other, it's just growing. By appealing more to women, gaming as a whole is enjoying a period of greater diversity than ever before. And that's being reflected in the sorts of games being released. For every Flappy Bird and Candy Crush, there's a Monument Valley or Thomas Was Alone. Diversity is good for everyone, so if that trend can continue, we'll have nothing to fear.
This video has been brought to you by Jinx TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and check out these other videos. Also, if you want to see more of our shows, check out our website, jinx.tv.